Are we still working our way through these mechanical distortions going from shut down to reopen?
We are, but I think that's a little bit in the rearview mirror now. I think Mike McKee's point at the end there is what was important. The downside miss in July is most likely related to those upward revisions in June. So on net, my guess is when we look at the data, the level of retail sales in July will likely be about where we were expecting. So things have slowed, but that, in my view, that was to be expected. So 2 months ago, we had about an 18% rise in retail sales, about 8% last month. Let's call it somewhere between 1% and 2% this month. I think that's consistent with an initial snapback and ongoing recovery. So I think most of that lights on, the economies are back open, is fading out of the data right now. I think the July data in total suggests the economy still has momentum. The open question, as you've been debating this morning, is whether we're going to have enough momentum to carry that through into September and October.
Do you have a sense, based on the more granular data that you look at, of how much of this spending has been driven or supported by the fiscal support that we have seen so far?
I think the government transfer payments have been crucial in underpinning this virtuous cycle of spending leading to an increase in production, leading to a pickup in employment and that virtuous cycle. If you look at personal income in June, so we're lagging here a month, but that's all the data we have. Personal income in June is about 19.9 trillion. That's about 3 to 4 to 5% above where we were in February. If you subtract out the unemployment payments and the pandemic assistance, the rebate checks that were sent to households, income is down more like 8%. So I think it's been completely key in replacing lost wage and salary income and, in effect, keeping income for households consistent with full employment. So if we don't get those kinds of payments going forward and we don't get a phase 4, income has to adjust to an economy with 10 to 11% unemployment. And I think that's the debate we're having. When does phase 4 come? Does it come? Will it be sufficient to keep this virtuous cycle going?